Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome to this special video. Now, last week I put up a video where I listed off my 10 favorite wrestlers. And I felt like this was a good trend of positivity on this channel. But I figured the best way to go about it would be to do a top 10 active wrestlers video. So, here we are. Now, I'm going to jump right in because last time I went way overboard and had to cut out a lot of stuff, so we're just going to jump right in. My number 10, I have Baron Corbin. I don't watch NXT, so I don't know a lot about his character. But he looks really different. They gave him the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale victory, so there's got to be something with this guy. And I know that a lot of internet fans really dislike this guy, and I don't quite get why yet. I guess I might find out sooner or later. But he seems like a really good heel. And when I say heel, I mean like in the Miz way where they know how to use that heat. I mean, at, what is this, Money in the Bank, during his match with Dolph Ziggler, the crowd's chanting, "This is boring." And you just see Baron Corbin going, he's just savoring the moment. He seems like a good heel. So, worst case scenario, he looks different, he wrestles a little different. I can get behind that. My number 9, I have Rusev. Rusev is pretty simple to explain, really. He's fun to listen to talk. He has Lana as his manager, one of the only guys with a manager left. And his matches are actually pretty good. Granted, that being said, his match with Titus O'Neil recently, not that entertaining, but who cares, really? Realistically, Rusev is a star in the beginning. We're watching him rise right now, and I see a lot of really good things for this guy. I mean, he really doesn't need to work on much, really. He needs something, though. Something to push him into the main event. So, maybe a feud partner? Who knows? My number 8, I have Sasha Banks. Again, don't watch NXT, so I haven't seen that much of her. But I know WrestleMania weekend, I was wrapped up in it. And I was feeling it. Sasha Banks was going to do it. She was going to become women's champion. And it didn't happen. And I've said this since. That was the moment that, like every other swerve that happened that night, like Jericho beating AJ, and the New Day losing, and Zack Ryder winning the IC title, all of those swerves were okay. But the moment Sasha lost, and in such a stupid way, really, that was the moment where I went, ugh, and I couldn't rebound from that. So, she'll be the only woman on this list for a long time, I'm pretty sure, unless Paige starts doing something relevant. Number 7, I have Chris Jericho. I know another heel, what's with that? But Chris Jericho's been really on fire lately. I mean, pretty much since the Royal Rumble. Before the Royal Rumble, because it was when he started saying he was going to win it. Calling everybody stupid idiots. And he's doing it. Granted, he isn't looking like he's in the best of shape, but this might be one of his last runs, if not his last. And I think he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, he's getting heel heat on him, and he's staying relevant, really. So, what else is there to say? My number 6, I have, please don't click away from this video, Roman Reigns. And I know a lot of people really hate Roman Reigns. But hear me out, okay? This is a guy who puts on good matches. And you might go, no he doesn't. But there's like a handful of like 5, 6 matches he's put on in the last year and a half that have actually been really good matches. And you can't just attribute that every time to his partner. Okay, I wasn't a big fan of it, but everybody seemed to love Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania last year. Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan was a really popular match. Roman Reigns, AJ Styles at Extreme Rules was a really good match. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins was a really good match. Roman Reigns versus The Big Show was a good match. The freaking Big Show. So stop saying he's not a good wrestler, because if he's not a good wrestler, how in the hell does he keep doing this? Regardless, he has a good look, he looks different, he competes a little differently. I don't like how much he Superman punches and spears, but it's work in progress, hopefully? For number 5, I'm going to win back my internet fans by saying Enzo and Cass. When these guys debuted, I had seen them one time beforehand, and that was at Roadblock, I believe. And at Roadblock, I wasn't really behind it, but when they actually debuted, you know, things started rolling. And I must say that Big Cass is a future main eventer. I don't see any way he isn't. I don't know if that makes you guys happy, if you prefer them as a tag team, or if you just prefer Enzo. But Big Cass, he's going to be a main eventer, guys. I mean, when Enzo was out, he was cutting promos. He was doing all the heavy lifting. They had him smash both of the Dudleys. And if he doesn't win the tag titles at SummerSlam, I'd be shocked. And he'll probably be pushed to the main event shortly thereafter. My number 4, I have AJ Styles. I actually own an AJ Styles shirt now, the first wrestling shirt I've bought in years. And what is there to say about AJ Styles? He puts on good matches, he has great hair, he has great theme music. He's an okay talker. I mean, he's not super spectacular, but, you know, he's doing it. I've never watched TNA. Well, I've watched it like 3 times now. And I don't think I ever saw AJ. All I knew was he was like the TNA guy. And when he came to WWE, I was kind of like, who cares? But he's done a really good job making me care. That's what we're counting down. So my number 3, I'm going to destroy your guys' hopes and dreams again by saying The Miz. I said The Miz in the last video too, and I really defended it there, but I'll defend it here. The Miz makes everybody he works with look better. Everybody. He's the only guy, aside from Rusev and Batista, I guess, who can get heel heat. Like legit heel heat. And I know people will say, oh, it's X-Pac heat. Shut your mouth. There really isn't much of a difference. There's like 2 types of heat in my mind. There's heat where you want to boo the guy, you want to see him lose, and there's heat where you don't want to see the guy. Okay, so The Miz has that first type of heat. Because every single time he loses a match, the crowd pops. Every time he sneaks a win, the crowd boos. The crowd cares about The Miz. He's a good wrestler. He's a great talker. He always is doing something relevant. Always. This is a guy who, in a decade or so, when he retires, he will be one of the biggest deals to come out of this era. That's just the facts. Number 2, I have Kevin Owens. Hi, internet fans. Are you back now? Kevin Owens is, my goodness, amazing. Okay, again, all I watch for wrestling is WWE. At this point, that is just Raw. Just Raw. So I never saw him in ROH, never saw him in any of the other indie feds he was at. Didn't care to. Okay. When he first debuted, I remember online on a forum, people were talking about how great of a signing this was. And I was like, don't care. But my goodness, when he debuted, I don't know if it was him beating Cena clean that kind of jump-started the bandwagon, or if it's just the way he acts in the ring. I've gotten to a point where, legitimately, I was making a case for him winning Money in the Bank. I've still made that case, saying he would have been a better choice in this situation than Dean Ambrose. Because it's true. Kevin Owens is a really great talker. His matches are good. I mean, I'm not usually that invested in them, and you get this, I'm more invested in Roman Reigns matches. Leave me a dislike now. But my number 1 is Seth Rollins, and I'm just now looking back at it, this is a very heel list right now. I see 3 good guys on this list. But what can you do, modern WWE? But I have Seth Rollins here. He should have came back as a face. He is without a doubt the best all-around wrestler in this company right now. I don't care if you say Cena, Seth Rollins is better. I don't care if you say Triple H, Seth Rollins is better. No, because The Undertaker, he's kind of iffy on his matches right now. So Seth Rollins is the complete package. Any reason to genuinely dislike the guy, I don't see. You know, he puts on classic matches every time he wrestles. He has an innovative arsenal of moves that look different every single time he does them. He can talk. He's learning everything he needs to learn. This is the breakout star of this generation, without a doubt. So, but that's my list. Leave me your list. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because, you know, I don't know if I'll be doing more top 10s after this. I know next week I'll be doing a faux draft. So subscribe for that, because it should be pretty interesting to do. But yeah, I'm out. So peace out, skillets.